Here, I use that, I've got my two remotes. Depending on where the light is at the bottom, I know which one's 1 and which one's 2. So let's start with number 2. I hold down the trigger and I flick it. So I've got the deck running, and one of the other neat things we can do is not just use the remotes to start the track, I can also alter the effects. So depending on where I put the direction pad, I can change parameters on the effects. So up here, it will change it. So I'm going to set up the low pass filter, which will cut all of the high end out of the track. So rotating the Wiimote cuts it down. And also, because the trigger's on, I can move it, I can gate it. So, I want to get the second deck running so we can hear both of the turntables. Exactly the same thing. Now, I'm going to turn it up on this mixer, but later we'll show you how to do that in thin air. So, I've got both decks running, but I can't hear the other deck. So, the plus and the minus keys on the Wiimote will now control the crossfader. And I've moved across on the deck A. Move back. Now, one of the other neat things now with the software is it knows the tempos and it knows when I load it in where the beats are in the track, which means that I can actually skip forward and back in the track without it going out of time. So with this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do what's called a double drop. We're going to play the main sections of both tracks at the same time. But to do that, I've got to get them to line up. So I can skip back on this track by 32 bars. And I keep pressing that, and I can rewind it back in the breakdown before it's going to kick in. I'll do the same thing with deck A. I think now when you do a double drop, you have a slight problem with bass. So if I play two bass lines together, it sounds very muddy. I'm going to let it go now very shortly. However, if I alternate the basses and only let one of them play at the same time, I can make a third bass line. So I've got no bass on that one, so that's good. Right, we'll forget that one for now. It would help if I moved the crossfader across.